Welcome to Nexos. When you first launch the app, you'll find yourself in the waiting area, a calm, open space where you can get familiar with the controls and create your character. Let's start with the controls. On your right controller, push the joystick forward to teleport forward. You can snap turn left or right using the joystick horizontally. On your left controller, the joystick provides smooth movement in any direction. Pressing the menu button opens up the settings menu where you can adjust audio, player, and environment parameters. There is also a locomotion tab which contains comfort settings like snap turn angle and tunneling vignette. A tunneling vignette simply darkens the edges of your view during movement to reduce motion sickness. When you gaze at either controller, small bubble labels appear showing the button names. Now let's move on to the character creation. Walk up to the UI screen in front of you. This is where you can see your reflection, you can type in your name, and customize your look. Clicking on the name field brings up a floating keyboard. You can grab and reposition it wherever it feels comfortable, and then type your name. Next, you can change your shirt color and select 5 interests. No more, no less. For this demo, I'll go with gaming, technology, art, hiking, and fitness. Once that's done, you can join in an existing lobby or you can create a new one. You can set it to public or private and adjust the participant count. After joining, you'll spawn into the main lobby. You may notice that a portion of the lobby has been sealed off by a dark tinted glass. In the center, you'll find a tic-tac-toe board for a quick warm-up game. You can also press A or X on your controller to bring up the building block panel. Here, you can grab and place different shapes to build anything you like. After placing a building block, you can grab it with 2 hands to scale it. You can also do ray grab on it and push the joystick forward or backward to move it closer or farther away from you. You can also push the joystick left or right to rotate the object. There's also a red delete button, but it only activates when every player in the lobby holds it down, reinforcing cooperation. If you walk up to another player in the lobby, you'll see what interests you share when you stand close to them. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh, look, a large portal. Wonder where it goes. When both players enter it together, they're transported to the collaborative escape room. Each sphere is connected to a pedestal. Both must be activated to unlock the door. The low ceiling and enclosed walls create a sense of confinement. The next door expands slightly. One pedestal is easily accessible, but the other sits across a gap, reachable only via a bridge which can be activated by a lever. One player must hold the lever down while the other crosses the bridge to reach the pedestal. Communication becomes essential here. Here, the environment is a brightly lit sky with very high walls. On the final floor, both players start on separate platforms with no way to cross. Each player sees a pedestal encased in colored glass, one blue, one green. The blue glass can only be broken by a blue hammer, which happens to be on the green player's side, and vice versa. Players must figure out how to swap hammers using the portals to reach each other's pedestals. Once, pla Once both glass cases are shattered, they can activate the pedestals, unlock the final door, and help each other reach the end. Finally, when both players step through the exit portal together, they're transported back to the main lobby. Back in the lobby, you'll notice that the dark glass walls have disappeared, revealing new interactive zones. An NPC now greets players with the icebreaker dialogues to encourage casual conversation. Around the area, there are creative prompts and mini puzzles to inspire teamwork. Players can still build collaboratively using the building block panel, but now with more room to explore. We've also added some light-hearted activities. There's Whack-A-Pig, a VR twist on Whack-A-Mole. Players grab hammers, smash popping piggies, and compete for a high score on the leaderboard. And for those who enjoy physical challenges, there's a bouldering wall with climbable ladders that let you scale the lobby walls and ceiling.
Hello, this is Lalit, and this is a quick demo of how the analytics works for our app Nexos. The analytics essentially allows us to track player data during the user experience to try and see what sort of features users are more attracted to in terms of collaborating or just for an improved experience. We do this by using a lobby collider to track players in the space. This uses grid coordinates for X and Z coordinates to track the horizontal coordinates for each user. Height coordinates are ignored for this. This will be activated once the user finishes the escape room and can explore the full space. This includes activities like the Whack-A-Pig or the building blocks game, or even the tic-tac-toe from the base room. Okay, so the lobby collider script works in tandem with an analytics tracker, which uses Unity Analytics to track each user's movements and send them to Firebase so we can store this data and use this for heat map creation using a Python script. We store this data, including the ID of the lobby, the user ID, what cell they're on, including this includes X and Z coordinates, how long they spend in there. This is a maximum of 2 seconds since snapshots are taken every 2 seconds, and how often they enter the lobby. So this is used for counting if they've finished the escape room. If they finish the escape room, the count will be higher than 1, so we can filter out the initial room count recordings. After we get this sent to Firebase, we can use a Python script and create a heat map, such as this one. So I will demo this loop. Okay. So the analytics tracker will kick off once we enter the room. So this is me just entering some random info to get into the room. So once we get into the room, you can see on the bottom left corner that we have some debug logs for the analytics tracker and the cells that it's tracking and the session ID, the lobby ID, and the snapshot time, which would be 2 seconds in this case. Just for demo purposes, I will close this room here and we'll go check out Firebase to see what data it's recorded. Okay. So here, we can go into the database, go into the rooms. I will sort this by descending. So this is our room here. Inside the room, we have a participants collection. This will include all the users that are in the space. Right now, we only have one because of the demo. And inside of each person's collection, we have a sub-collection, which includes documents of each snapshot. Each snapshot would be a maximum of 2 seconds long, and it will record the timestamp or the actual raw timestamp, the cell IDs, and other information. We can then use a Python script to grab this data from Firebase. This script will grab the data from the latest room, which is the room we just created right now. So yeah, here's the room. And yeah, we only have 3 positions since we did not spend very long in the space, and I only moved 3 times. There will also be extra data for each player. We have separate heat maps for each player if there are multiple players in the space. And additionally, if we have 2 players or more, we will plot the distance between the 2 players as the session progresses.
And that's the current state of our Nexos prototype, a social VR environment designed to explore how structured collaboration and shared challenges can foster genuine connection between strangers. Thanks for watching.